This is Rod Kusinen's Blueman for Risk for February the 19th, 2019, all times on the Charter Central Standard Time. And it looks like we are right about to take a short trade here as the market has moved up this morning into the area around 77.75, 77.50 right at the moment. We expect to see this thing short right in here, and we can say that based on what we see happening with the premium. And of course, if you look at the fast premium chart here, you can see how divergent we are. We had hit a new high on the premium here, and we've been drifting lower and lower on the premium since then. And so we expect that we're going to get I hope we get a signal. But if not, we're still shorting it. I definitely expect this to short. Well, we didn't get a signal up here. Strangely enough, some of our strategies got turned off. Sorry about that. But yes, indeed, some of these had unfortunately gotten turned off right as we entered that top. And you can see the cycle on the premium here had turned, and then right as we were moving down into this, as the premium was moving down, we moved up to the upper value area. We took a short in there manually, as you can see right at the top there. But it looks like we may be testing that high one more time. We shall see. Well, it now looks like that short is definitely materializing. We're getting new lows on the premium, as you can see, and we're beginning to tank. Very good. This didn't form very well, I'll have to admit that. After we hit this lower high of the premium here, right in here, we took our short, and this just doesn't look the way it ought to. This cycles back up to here, to this high. We go short again. We're at a lower high again in here, comparatively. But we're a little higher than we were here, okay? Then we get divergent again. We come down. We're getting some long signals in here. We're going to ignore those. Matter of fact, we need to adjust. I don't want to get long signals here. We've got too much downside potential. So I'm going to change our major trend, because we went long here momentarily, and I'm just going to eliminate that by changing the setting on the major trend to use a longer moving average just to establish our trend. Because let's take a look at some of the data here. $20.70 the 25 is a major area of support, and we were rallying above that. So I definitely expect this to be dropping back down there. But I really expect this to go even further. The question is how far. Today, that's a bit difficult to speculate on. Other than the fact that from this low, the retracements at 23.6% would put us at 58.49. That's a fairly significant drop, but it would certainly explain how should I put it? Our high here at 2763 is right in about the middle of this big move up, and oftentimes when we get these big moves up, there's just not enough volume. And looking at the TPO, you can see that. Oops, that's not the TPO I want to look at. I want to look at this. There we go. So if you see the area here, very low volume, these are areas of repair. So for this to come down all the way to the low of the morning, and then even go further, below 6250, yeah, 57, yeah, right in there, 57. That whole area needs repair. So that was kind of our motive for expecting that this was going to short. I didn't quite expect it to go as high as it did, but that's okay. That's okay. So that's our thinking on this. So we're going to hold this short. Really, I would expect it, to go all the way down to 66 without any problem at all. We expect a little bit of a bounce here off of the 7250 support area. That's the point of control at the moment. Now on this little move up, one of our strategies was pulling short trade right here at the high at 75. That's just a lower high, it looks like to me. However, we did get a move up on the premium right here. So we're testing that 75 area again now. And we've moved a little higher once again on the ES to 75.25 associated with this bump up. It's divergent relative to this, but I'm looking at the average. We're a little higher. This is liable to go higher still, and we'll get a lower high on the premium over here somewhere. Now we got another automated signal pulling off a short there. However, I'm kind of thinking it's going to move back up one more time. It's going to cycle around and give us a lower high here, but that's obviously a valid signal and is working. Well, there was the other little move up right in here that we were expecting. Thought it might come higher. It's a lower high. Now the concern that I have is the low on the premium here. Okay, look at where we're at on the premium. We've got some divergence in here premium, the faster moving average, we'll call that 63. As we get down there, again, look at where the premium is now. We're much higher. This is going to likely bounce unless we get some big spikes down on the premium. This is going to bounce and it's going to come back up. We may need to take some money off of the table because I don't like where the premium is right now. I definitely don't. As high as the premium is right now, this is if we get down to 72, I think this is really going to bounce. It's bouncing now. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Not at all. Yeah, we're pulling this. Okay, we bailed on this whole thing. I didn't like it. Premium is moving too high, and we didn't even make it to the POC. And that happens. So that's the way it goes. Just got to read it, and but just look at what the premium was doing. So when we came down to this low here, look at where the premium was. Oh, and I was kind of hoping it would just take one more dip down to 72 and we'd jump out there. It said, no way. We're going right back up, and we certainly have. Now, it may come down, but that was too risky to let those profits just go by the wayside. All right, so it looks at the moment like we are long. Failure to get any lower. As yet, looks like we may go back up and test the high. Remains to be seen. But that's just the brief situation that has developed this morning thus far. We're going to come back and cut a second video a bit later. But at the moment that short began to fail, and you can see it right there on the premium, and there's your reason why. And until we get divergent on the upside, again, it may be necessary for us to just be patient and look for a better opportunity. So for February 19th a.m., 10 a.m. right now, I'm Rod Kusin, Spoon Man for Risk.